Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
Hi Kunal, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but I can't see your video.
Is that so? My video is on. Will you try joining the meeting again? Maybe I think that would help.
Okay, okay, give me a minute.
Sure. Okay. Can you hear me and see me?
Yes, now it's good.
Okay. Perfect. I welcome you to another session at English, Yari. So, how many sessions has it been? I think this is not your first one, right?
It's been more than 20 sessions now, I guess.
I can't hear you well.
Can you hear me now clearly?
This is much better. I think because you've moved your microphones nearer.
Yes, my microphone was far.
Okay, this is good. All right. So, my name is Shruti. I'm going to be your tutor for today. Will you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. As you know, my name is Kunal Gupta. I come from West Bengal, and when it comes to my education, I've completed my bachelor's in computer science. And currently, I'm working in my father's business, and I also run a small YouTube channel where I try to educate people or help people with their spoken English if they have some problems.
Great.
And yes, these
Oh,
are some of the small things that I'm into currently.
okay. So, what motivated you to join English, Yari? So, what the major motivation only was to polish your language skills, was it?
Well, when it came to theory, I knew the theory,
Mm.
but when it comes to practical, I didn't have the confidence. I was not an extrovert from the very beginning. So I thought of joining these kind of platforms to have online sessions with tutors and see how far it takes me.
Okay.
Yes, but and now I feel that I've become very confident.
That's good to know. This is the kind of confidence that we want from our students. So, you mentioned that you're working in your father's business, right? So, what sort of work do you do, Kunal? If you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, no problem. So my father has a small trading business. I help with all the office work.
Mm.
So basically, I wanted to. I was kind of an adventurous person. I tried not to do a job and tried to go in the business world. I thought that my
Mm.
father was doing, so I tried to go in that. So currently, I'm doing that, and I have some other plans of doing some other business. So
Okay.
when it comes to specifics, if you ask me, like it's nothing related to what I've studied.
Yes, exactly. So that's why I was
But
curious. So, are you planning to make use of your degree? I mean, come, are you will you move to the IT field?
well, I won't move to the IT field, but I will make use of whatever I've studied because nowadays it's the era of technology, and technology is being used to make everything easier for humankind. Yes, and
Okay.
I feel that I will be able to use it in some way or the other.
True, true. So, yes, that's possible. So, when we study something, later we come to realize this is not what we want to do in our life. So, we change. So, I'm happy for you because I did a career change. I also studied information technology in my bachelor's, but as you know, I'm an English teacher now. So, I have been finding it very good. I like this field. So, this is what I'll be doing in the future too. So, it's not compulsory that we make use of our degrees, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So, our topic for today's session is an imaginary scenario. Did you have a look at it?
And my
It,
session topic says it's let's talk about if I were a
yeah,
billionaire.
I mean it's an imaginary scenario, right? So, are you a billionaire?
Okay.
That is
Okay,
what
so
I
I
meant.
thought that you were telling the title itself.
Topic's name itself. No, 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 no. I was alluding to the fact that let's put on our imaginary hats and start talking about it. That is what I was saying. Okay. Are you interested in this topic? Should we go with this, or should we do something different?
Yeah, let's talk about it. I don't have any problem talking about it.
Okay,
I feel
great.
that a
Mm.
person, a learner, should talk more about every topic that comes in front of them, so that
Yes.
they are able to convey their thoughts in that particular topic as well.
Okay, we'll do
Otherwise, if
this for a while. Hmm. Yes,
otherwise if
I'm
we
stuck
just
with
talk
you.
about the topics that we are comfortable in, then it really doesn't make progress in our speaking skills, I feel.
True, true. Okay. So, in this first tense, like imagine you become a billionaire, or we always have these dreams, right? If I get money, I'll do this, or if I win a jackpot or a lottery, I'll be doing this. So,
Mhm.
for all of this, we need huge amounts of money
Yes.
instantaneously. So, have you ever thought of it? Do you have any idea like what you will be doing if you become a billionaire suddenly? let's say
Suddenly.
you let's say you get an
Okay.
inheritance, or you also win the lottery or a jackpot, so what will you be doing?
First of all, I will have to keep it a secret if I talk
Yes,
about it
wise
practically.
decision. Definitely wise decision. Never let your family or relatives know.
Your family, relatives, and the near ones, neighbors,
Friends,
or the
yes.
people
Mm.
around where you live, because
Then
because we don't live in a very good age right now, I feel. It's my practical view. I don't think everybody has that
I
kind of view.
completely agree with that. That is what I'll also be doing,
Like
keeping it a secret.
I come from a place where people are very into buying those tickets. If you ever have come across those lottery tickets,
Actually,
so
yes, there is a state in India, Tamil Nadu, sorry, not Tamil Nadu, Kerala. Kerala has this tradition of selling a lot of lottery tickets. I'm actually from Kerala, but I'm settled in Tamil Nadu, so I know about that culture a little bit.
yes, so Kerala
Mm.
is fond of selling tickets, and people in my place are fond of buying it. So if someone
Okay.
wins some lottery, so
Mm.
it becomes a very, like, I've heard very bad situations happening.
Okay. So in
Yes.
Kerala, it's more like they sell tickets, people buy them. It's sort of like buying newspapers. People win, but it doesn't really make the news, or maybe bad things don't happen, but people do profit out of it. Mm.
Yes, so let's talk about the topic. Like, if I won the
Yes.
win such an
What will
amount,
you
if
be
I get
doing?
such an amount of money, so I will give a very logical answer, like investing or buying something like land or gold, or some, or
Okay, you'll
putting
be
it in some
logical, is what
FD.
you're saying. You
Yes,
don't have
yes,
any
but
instant wishes.
the good part is good. Not the good part. The interesting part, I feel, that when we don't have the money, we have all the plans. But when we have the money, then we think only of buying good clothes, or
Hmm.
spending money on your hobbies. As in Hindi, they say they people spend in their shop, whatever their shock is. So I feel that.
Especially when we don't have money, we'll go to a shop and we'll be like, if I had a couple of bucks more, I could have bought that. Or we need this, but I want this, but I don't really need it. So we try rationalizing everything in our own mind. And that feeling is little used to. Like all middle class people, all youngsters, all middle class family knows that feeling. So let's say you are winning a lot of money. Will you really cleverly invest it, or would you have short wishes like buying a car,
Mhm.
luxury items? You don't you have any wishes about luxury items?
Yes, I have wishes, but if I were a billionaire, so that money would really be nothing. If I bought like a Hyundai car, it would not even be 1% of the money that I would
Yes,
have.
exactly.
So I
Mm.
would definitely buy some, as I told, that some land or some gold, or I would put, first of all, put it in the bank.
Mm. Okay.
I'm talking
Um,
about cash right now.
yes, 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 definitely. So let's talk about the moral aspect of it. So would you be investing it in a government scheme
Oh,
like unemployment and all of that, helping poor people? Would you
yes,
do
yes,
that?
absolutely, absolutely. I just forgot about it. Like, I would definitely help people. Like,
Mm.
I would, I would hear people who are very rich people. They give food for just 1 rupee, and
Yes.
they like in the winters they give blankets and warm clothes. and sometimes they give fruits and stuff like that. So I would definitely do all those things.
Okay. Okay, so it would make a drastic change to your lifestyle, right? So how do you think your lifestyle would change? So currently you have a routine, you spend money in a certain way, you're working. So how do you think your daily routine would change if you become a billionaire?
Never thought about it.
Imagine on the floor. So you're
So
working
my
for your father now.
so my daily
Maybe.
routine, if I talk about it practically, would be
Mm,
to get a good CA and
mm,
ask him where to, like, get a good advisor and ask him that I have this amount of money, where should I put it so that it
okay.
grows, so that I
Mm,
don't lose it, so that I don't
exactly.
spend it like a wild person and just become bankrupt again. So
Okay, that's interesting.
I don't know
I
why
mean,
I
you're all about
always have some. I don't know why I have such logical answers. Like
Yes, that is what
somebody
I was
would,
about to say actually. You have very practical answers and very logical answers, rational answers.
I don't know where that comes from, but I I like to think about it that way.
Hmm. It's good actually. It's refreshing. Not a lot of people think this way, and you have this way of thinking only in a minor people. Let's say out of 100, 5 think like this. The other 95 would be different. So that is the more common mindset, and this is the more rarer mindset. It's good that you have it. I think you have a business mindset,
Okay.
business oriented mindset. Maybe would you call it like that?
I don't know. I think I have it. Whenever somebody has a lot of money, so the wise decision would be to, yes, buy all the things that you like: good clothes, good food, good car, house, good vacation. Yes, but I am that kind of person who does not like to show off a lot. A lot. I like to show off a bit, if I'm being very
Hmm.
honest. Like
Yes,
I think that
everyone
gives
does.
you a small motivation in life, like to show off that yes, you have earned something.
Hmm.
So yes, at the end of the day, you should have control over yourself. Like, don't become a wild person.
Okay, understood. Oh, just a while ago, you were talking about how when you have money, you don't have any plans. When you don't have money, you have a lot of plans, and the vice versa. So the sentence you used was, when we don't have the money, we have a lot of plans, but when we have the money, we don't have plans,
Any plans
basically.
to use it
Yeah.
wisely?
Yeah. So here in this sentence, there are two parts to sentence, right? The first part is where you don't have the money. The second part is where you have the money. So rather than saying don't have the money in the beginning, so here we don't need a specific article the. When we don't have money, we have a lot of plans. But when we get money, we don't have any plans, basically. We don't need the to specify an article or to specify something here. That is
Okay.
incorrect.
Okay.
Maybe if you're talking about it, I think you used it in a different sense, but the real answer would be, you're talking about one specific money. Let's say you're getting money from an investment. If I get that money, I'll do this. With that money, I'll do this. So you
Mm,
can refer back to it if you have talked about something before itself. Only then you can talk. You can say the money. I would use the money I get from my investment to start a business like that.
okay.
So the has another name. It's called a specific article. Have you heard of it?
The
Yeah, article. And the are articles in grammar, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Hmm.
I know, but I'm not kind of the person who likes to really go into the rules and regulations of the
Hmm.
language.
The rule is that we use the for specific items, really specific or really unique items. So money, it's we just have one name for money. There is nothing else. We can call it currency, but everyone when you say money, they understand it's just simple
Mm,
a barter system.
mm.
Similarly, like the basic example would be Taj Mahal. We have only one Taj Mahal, so we say the Taj Mahal. That is why it's
Okay,
called a specific article.
okay.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
Nothing questions. I was just curious to know, like, your career switch. Like, you were in the IT field, then you became into
I actually
teaching.
did not start. I did not start working in the IT field very much like you. But
Okay.
I knew what I wanted to do. So before when I finished my 12th standard, I actually looked for colleges that had English literature.
Mm.
But my parents opposed to that idea. They felt that information technology would be a more lucrative field, and they pushed me towards this. And because I was a very timid as a teenager or a late teenager, so I sort of accepted that. And but after I finished my degree, that was the Corona time actually. So we had a lot of time in between. We couldn't go out. So I started applying to companies that posted ads for English teaching jobs. So I actually landed an opportunity, and that's how I started. So later, I did a certification from Cambridge to teach English properly. So using that, I'm now
Okay.
teaching. Yeah.
Okay. So you enjoy teaching English, or you
Yes.
enjoy
Yes. Very
teaching in
much.
general?
I enjoy
Any
teaching
subject?
English. No. 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 Only English.
Okay.
I'm not good at
And
anything else.
one more question I would like to ask you that
Yes.
in India, people say that English is a very must, like you
Mhm.
should know English. Do you think that it's very important, or people can manage without knowing English in their professional life?
I will answer this question with another question. Do you know of Japan or South Korea, countries like that?
Yes,
They don't really use
yes,
English much. Do you know
yes.
why?
They have their own native language, right? Like
They have
Japanese
their
or
native language,
Korean.
but even if their computers, the mobile phones are all encrypted with their native language. If you
Mm,
open any of their mobile phones or their gadgets, you can only see controls in Korean or Japanese
mm,
instructions. Japanese even do coding in their almost their own language. English is not much used. If you go to any of these countries, the way they speak English would be very minor. They'll only use their language. They're very strict and stubborn about it. But in a country like India, that is not possible because we are multilingual. Every state
mm.
has a different language, different
Yes.
variations of the same language. We can't maintain that level of unity they have because they have only one language.
Yeah, now I'm going to ask you something like it, some people might get
Mm.
offended. Like sometimes I feel that diversity can hinder the development of a country or something.
Yes, true.
That's
I
why.
actually envy East Asian countries because they have developed their language to a certain extent that they can do anything with it. If you go to a mall, they have kiosks with their own language instructions. You can actually find nothing in English. It's all in their language. If you visit Japan or South Korea, we can't do that because we need English to connect all of us together. One
Yes,
unique, one common language that wherever you go you can actually understand that. Even then, not a lot of people speak it really well because the quality of education we get isn't good, but slowly it is becoming universal, right? Now,
yes,
like you said,
absolutely.
people are even more wanting to learn English. We get new learners from different parts of India, rural parts of
Mhm.
India too, so I'm very happy seeing all of that. So they realize that without English, they can't get a good job, or they can't. The image in the society is also a factor these days. So especially in rural parts, if you can speak English, you have a different standing in society.
Yes,
Yes.
in my place, like if you speak English, then people find you very knowledgeable, even if you
Mm.
don't have the knowledge about that subject.
And especially our mothers, maybe this would be the last generation, but our mothers or older people in their 40s 50s, if you have any relatives, they'll be very proud that you can speak English, that you studied in an English speaking environment. Oh, he has this degree. So they'll be very
Absolutely.
proud of speaking about you with their acquaintances.
Yes, English has become like a, like a, how do I say, it?
a
Like a show off
bragging
thing,
a bragging thing,
bragging.
yeah. It is an achievement, but I think in 10, maybe 15, 20 years, it will not be as popular or unique as it is now. That
Yes,
will be a
absolutely.
given,
Even I
like you
feel the same.
definitely have to speak English. Oh, don't you don't know English? So that's the sort of mindset people would start getting. Actually, I liked your question. So nobody has ever asked me that. So what made you think of it?
Which question?
The one where you asked me, right? In India, English is not as important. Do you think
Yes,
it's really
because
important?
I have come across where people who have
Hmm.
who like they are from the rural parts, and they emphasize a lot on English language. Uh, like like I feel sorry sometimes. Like they have very good knowledge on a particular subject, but they are not able to get the job, or they feel inferior sometimes because they don't know English.
Yes, I met a lot of intelligent people with years of experience in their own field, 10 years, 15 years. Now they realize that companies are looking for younger people with conversational skills. So even though they have technical skills, because they lack conversational skills, they are being set aside, and it's little hard to see all of that. But imagine if India had a unifying language. Let's say if Hindi was as national of as it was supposed to be, like, or if India could speak one language commonly, like say in China they speak. Everyone knows Chinese, though there is Mandarin or Cantonese, but everyone can speak at least Mandarin, right?
Mm.
But India does not have a language like that, so that's why it's difficult.
Yeah, that's why I ask you that question. That sometimes it can hinder the development also,
Yes.
like whether be it the legal aspects or the communication aspects. Uh,
Also, you know, Indians pick up languages more quickly because given at a single time, one Indian might know 2 to 3 languages minimum. It's
I
very easy. Hmm.
If you ask me how many languages I come across on a daily basis, so English, I talk with people and I've studied in
Hmm.
English. Then Hindi is my personal language. My parents are from Bihar, so we speak Bhojpuri. They speak Bhojpuri in our home, so
Yes,
even I
see.
know that.
Hmm.
And my work is in Bengali, so I have to think in Bengali as well.
See, you know almost 4 languages. So our brains are wired differently. If you go to
Mm,
any Western countries, they only know English. They might learn German or Spanish as a second language, but though they aren't as fluent. So our brain is more flexible than other people's. That is why Indians are in a lot of places all over the world. That's what I believe.
yes,
Hmm.
and there's a saying that the more languages you know, the more your mind is able to think quickly.
Grasp and in different situations, it's more faster. It's more, like
Yes,
I said, flexible. Not a better word, but flexible in any situation that you're put into. Okay.
because
So, yes, please.
because when I talk about me personally, like if I am doing some work, here I am doing it in Bengali, but to understand it more properly, I have to translate the English thought in Bengali and then say
Mm,
it, or in like
yes.
it becomes all jumbled up.
I think you're learning Bengali, right? Or do you fluently know it?
No, I'm learning Bengali. Like I
Yes,
can
that
get
is
the
why
job
you're
done.
translating it.
I can get the
Mm,
job done. Like
mm,
I won't have any. I can understand it clearly.
mm.
Like if you talk to me for 5 minutes, then I will know the gist of what you're trying to say.
Mm.
What are
I
you
can
trying to
understand
get out
Hindi
of me?
really well. Like you said, I can understand Hindi really well, but I can't speak it. So I picked it up only by watching movies, TV shows, listening to songs. I studied Hindi
Okay.
until fifth standard. So I don't have a speaking companion. So I can understand Hindi very well, but I can't speak it.
Okay. How many
So there's
languages do
knowledge.
you know?
I can speak Tamil, Malayalam, and English, and I can understand Hindi. I know a bit of Japanese. I can understand a bit of Japanese because I watch a lot of shows in Japanese.
Anime.
Animes, yes, and Korean too.
Okay.
So Japanese shows I've been watching for almost 10, 15 years. So it's second. It's very natural for me to hear it. So Korean just happened recently, almost 7 years, something like that.
Yes. Like once again, I'm talking about my personal uh, consumption of content. Like I have watched so many American movies and TV shows
Mm,
that I am not very. I don't have a hard time understanding the American accent. And
exactly.
even I sometimes when I'm speaking, I try to speak in that way. But sometimes I try to tone it down so that people don't.
Yeah, I think we are putting on a posh accent.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Yes. So, Kunal, I just have a bit of feedback for you. You speak really well in terms. You're very comfortable with sentence structures. No major mistakes. No patterns in your mistakes even. Just one or two pronunciation. So, when we say comfortable, it's comfortable and not comfortable. So the table is not pronounced there. We say table, comfortable. And similarly, with people, it's people and not people, or we don't have to stress. Yes, I think someone has told you this.
No, I mean, like when you speak so many languages on a daily basis, sometimes the MTI comes in.
Exactly. Even if we do it rightly, if we know how to do it, the way other people speak creeps into our mind and we start speaking like that. So that happens
Yes,
with me sometimes. Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
And
So only these two words.
sometimes when you are in a new place, like I'm in Bengal, so I when I'm speaking Bengali, so the like I know English, but they don't know English. So the pronunciation that they are telling is very wrong. But just to
Yep.
be with them, I have to also adjust with them. If you're understanding what I'm saying.
Yes, yes, I know, I know. People from Bihar, that side of the country, speak in a different way, especially English. So they can't really change it. So it's because the mother tongue influence is so much
Hi.
there that the accent changes.
Hmm.
Mm. I know what you're trying to say. Yeah, good. This was a fun session, actually. We are nearing the end. Do you have any other questions regarding the session?
No, no questions as of now.
Okay, great. All right then. So I hope to see you again in a new session.
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
All
thank you.
right then.
Even I found the session interesting.
Yeah. So the time is almost up. I was like, okay, how did time go so fast? So this is the feeling I had today. So a pleasure meeting you.
Yes, same here.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Good night.